Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. And we always like to begin with a song because it helps us to entrain our energy. And so we will start right now. And so let's stand for our first song. And the words will be up on the screen.
You all know this one. Sing along now. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day, and it is. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Yeah, yeah. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day, yeah. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. You look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. One more time. Bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Good job.
So good morning and welcome again, everyone, to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living, whether you're here in the room or out in the virtual land out there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You, wherever you are on your spiritual path, on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. My name is Reverend Lanny Howard. I'm the Minister Emerita here at the Sierra Center, and I'm honored to be your MC today and your practitioner. So let me just proceed. So we always begin with reminding ourselves who we are, because how quickly we can forget. We get out into the world and so much is coming at us all the time. So this is who we are and what we believe. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. And I want to say that we don't tolerate it, we celebrate it. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of the science of mind and spirit. Let's see. Did I go? Yep, okay. So, you know, Science of Mind, there's a big fat book that you can read. And we'll read it together at some point. But right now, we're going to focus on the 4 major things that we believe. The first is that all thought is creative and influential. So what we think really counts. And there is only God. Evil and devilishness starts and stops in the mind. So we're creating. We create heaven or hell. It's up to us. Everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression of love. No exceptions. It's either a call for love or an expression of love. And you are whole, perfect, and complete right here, right now. So we like to remind ourselves of that because it's the truth. So we are now going to enable our wonderful children to shine bright in children's church. So if you would like to go to Jerry Lynn and have your experience today, hopefully you'll have some fun. Okay. Okay. And let's shut the door so you guys can do whatever you need to do. Thank you, Jerry Lynn. All right. And now I'd like to welcome any guests we have here. If you're here for the very first or second time, would you raise your hand so we can welcome you? Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So thank you for being here and welcome. All right. So we're now going to do our inclusion candle lighting. And Nan, would you mind helping with that? I would really appreciate it. Thank you. So we light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, seen and unseen, to remind us of the light of spirit within all of us. So we are a praying community. So there are lavender sheets in the seat backs in front of you. And if you're in the front row, there is a little table by the left side of the front door that has the prayer request forms. And there's a little brown box actually there that you can put the prayer requests in. And then the ministers and practitioners pray on those requests. So please take advantage of that. And I am available after service for prayer with anybody who needs it. So keep that in mind. And if you're out in virtual land, you can visit our website at the sierracenter.org, just sierracenter.org, click on spiritual support and prayer, and then one of our practitioners will reach out to you. So please take advantage of that if you're seeing us on YouTube. All right. So, who is doing the announcements today? Do we know? Marilyn. All right, Marilyn. Thank you. Yes.
Good morning. I am Marilyn. I am the president of the Board of Trustees here at Sierra Center, and we're having our Board of Trustees meeting today after service. Everyone and anyone is welcome to attend. Yoga with Sarah is now on Thursdays from noon to 1 p.m., and that's at the DeVere Maltino Park, which is on Alta Street. Taming Your Inner Critic workshop is going to be held next Sunday. Be here after service. This is facilitated by our beautiful Rev Mitch, and the cost is just a love offering. Mid-year update meeting and community potluck is on Sunday, July 6th after service. All are welcome. Please bring a dish to share. And if you can remember, please make a little card with the ingredients so people can know what's in it. That would be helpful for a lot of us. And Rev Mitch's installation ceremony is scheduled for Sunday, July 27th at 4 p.m. This is going to be held at the Unity of the Gold Country Center up on Cambridge Court. So it's up Whispering Pines. Please RSVP by scanning the QR code on the flyer and on our website so that we know that you're coming and we can be prepared for you. Now help me welcome Bud Holly, treasurer on the board of directors of Women of Worth, our community tithe recipient, who will share a little bit about his organization.
Thank you. Get my glasses on here. Yes, again, I am Bud Holly. I'm the treasurer at Women of Worth, and I want to give you a little bit of overview of who we are and what we do and how we try to support women in domestic violence and get them back into society. Women of Worth's mission is to help women and children recover from the trauma of domestic violence and human trafficking. Women of Worth has been providing emergency services for women in Nevada County for 25 years. We kind of fell out of the limelight of the community for a while, but we're back up and running and very proud of our progress so far. The goal of Women of Worth is to protect these women and their children from abuse and violence, provide food, shelter, and support, and give them tools to get back on their feet again, or to get on their feet for the first time. They many times come from relationships where they didn't have any responsibility at all except for the children. And so that they can become sustaining members in society and to themselves. Women of Worth has a 6-bedroom safe house, very proud of. Women can stay at the safe house for as long as they are needed to build their lives back and make themselves whole. Some of the programming for the Women of Worth at the safe house are crisis counseling, court advocacy, emotional wellness to increase resiliency and to learn coping skills, and self-defense. Also, we offer therapeutic art classes for the children, crisis intervention counseling, emergency relocation, clothing for the court appearances, case management, and financial literacy. We also support services to people in our community that are completely free of charge. We have an upscale thrift store, which we're very proud of. It was in existence some time back, shut down for a while. It's tucked away in a little office location right across the street from the Nevada County Golf Course. So you'll see our sign out there. We're very proud of it. It's one of the best run thrift stores in the community, I'll be honest with you. It's very good. WOW is funded by private donors and foundations. Your generous one-time or sustaining monthly donations are certainly appreciated and valuable. Programs will be assured to continue. We're funded, I already said that. We also have our annual butterfly ball, August 23rd, coming up at the Lake of the Pines, where you'll enjoy prime rib or salmon dinners, entertaining and dancing. Tickets are $75, I'll be honest, and are available to you and can be purchased on our website. So thank you for listening and for your support, and your warm prayers are always welcome. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate your service here. Let me present you with a check from us to you. All right, thank you. So my final announcement is we've shortened our announcements. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Please feel free to take the monthly schedules provided in the seat backs in front of you, which include a preview of upcoming July events on the back. You can also find Zoom links and details about all our announcements in our weekly e-newsletter and on our website, sierracenter.org. And here is your friendly reminder to please silence your cell phones at this time for the remainder of the service.
Thank you, Marilyn. Excellent job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. Oops. Sorry, I'm getting used to the new technologically stuff here. And now we are going to sing another song from our wonderful Billy Bensing.
Another song.
Right.
Everybody sing along.
Sing along.
Check. Put your vocals up a little bit. 1, 2. Oh, there we are. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, my heart, and my soul. Let me know all is good. Holy, all love, all love, holy, all in my mind, my heart, and my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, all one, all one, all one, holy, all one, all in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is one. Holy, oh God, oh God, oh God, holy, holy. Oh God, oh God. All in my mind, my heart, and my soul. I know all is God. All good, all good, holy, holy. All good, all in my mind, my heart, and my soul. Let me know all is good. All in my mind, my heart, and my soul. Let me know all is good. Holy, Beautiful. I love that song.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and now is the time for focusing inward. I'm going to start out with a sacred reading, and this is from one of the daily guides in the wonderful Guide for Spiritual Living, the Science of Mind magazine, which I've been taking for 30 years now, and every day it's telling me something I need to know, so it's very helpful. So here is a reading from a little earlier this month called Celebrate Infinite Diversity. Many people, even those not familiar with Star Trek, are familiar with the Vulcan phrase, live long and prosper, right? But what about the acronym IDIC? The Vulcan phrase Kol Utshan translate as infinite diversity in infinite combinations. IDIC. This phrase is a core principle of the Vulcan culture to celebrate the vastness of the universe in all its diverse forms. The science of the Centers for Spiritual Living has a vision for a world that works for all. This vision of the world can only become a realized experience when we start to actualize God more than we theorize about God. Our vision can only be realized when we honor and celebrate our differences in language, culture, customs, skin colors, spiritual beliefs, ethnicities, gender expressions, physical and cognitive expressions, and more. There is only one God, and it is individualized itself as all there is. Why would we not honor that? How are you being invited to recognize and actualize IDIC, that infinite diversity in infinite combinations, and how you live and relate with the divinity of everyone and everything? And that is our sacred reading. And now we have our time of inward shift, where I'm going to ring the bell and we will say Om 3 times, and we'll go into a short meditation out with an affirmative prayer. And we say Om when we do this because it is a universal vibration, and we want to tune into that. There is only one. One power, one presence, one life form, one life force that expresses itself in infinite variation. We cannot count the grains of sand on the beach, the number of leaves on all these trees, all the needles on all the trees, all the knowing of the infinite abundance and variety of the expression of that infinite mind that created all out of itself. And that includes each one of us, an individualized incarnation of the one power and presence, here to express our uniqueness, here to express who we are and our life skills and our gifts. And we are here to give those gifts to the world. The universe is counting on each of us to do, to know, and to be who we came to be and how we came to express the unique gifts that are ours, woven into the glorious tapestry that we call life. And so we call forth love, peace, harmony, joy, creativity, abundance, expression, all the good we could ever imagine and more, and know that it is ever available right where we are. So we tune into it, we allow it to be, and we know that we are here to celebrate this life. We are here to celebrate the music. We are here to give thanks for all the volunteers that make this service possible. We are here to recognize our gifts and to celebrate with one another that joy of living and that realization of oneness that is the truth of us. And so I give thanks for the good that I know is unfolding in this moment, for the wonderful talk that Reverend Mitch gives us and that inspires us to move forward in that realization of good for the greater good of all. And so with great gratitude, I release my word into the law, knowing that the law is fulfilling this word even as I'm speaking it and making it so. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is. And now we will have another song from Billy Bensing.
I'm getting my band ready over here. Oh, sorry. This is a song I wrote when I was about 18 years old. I was living in Paris, France. And I was thinking about ecology and stuff like that. And this song got in a movie in Australia. They actually named the movie Listen to the Sunrise. So anyway, it goes like this. Gotta be a man, take this land and make it a home. The only trouble is it's like the sands are turning to stone. But listen to the sunrise and feel the robin sing. Take a lesson from the life that's free. Freedom is a word that's unheard on top of a throne. We don't need no man to take our hands and call him his own. No, no, listen to the sunrise, feel the robin sing. Take a lesson from the life that's free. Yeah. realize yourself. Yeah, you know it's your only wealth. Yeah, listen to the sunrise, feel the robin sing. Take a lesson from the life that's free. Now take a lonely soul and let him know he can only grow. Tear the darkness down with a smile, release a frown. Hey, hey, listen to the sunrise, you feel the robin sing. Take a lesson from the life that's free. Na 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 na. There you go. Huh. Na na na. Na 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 na, yeah yeah. Na 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 na. Na 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 la 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 la. Na 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 na. Na na la 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 la. Yeah yeah. Na na la la na 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 na.
Let's give it up again for Billy Bensing. Happy Sunday, everyone. So good to see everyone. Turn to somebody and say, glad you came today. Glad you came today. Glad you came. Glad you came. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Yes, Billy, thank you. I'm glad you came. So we had a great day yesterday. We were out at Color Me Human, Juneteenth. We had a table there. We were the only spiritual community there. And we got 5 people to sign up for the newsletter. They were so happy we were there. I want to thank Laura. She helped me table. Let's give it up for Laura. She showed up. And Cynthia came by. So it was really a great day. So blessed. Next Sunday, I hope you bring a friend. Taming your inner critic. Who doesn't need that, right? You know, the inner critic is something all cultures have in common. We have this inner kind of gatekeeper. There's 7 kinds. I know one's bad enough. And if you come, you're going to learn your top ones. You're going to get some tools. And also, if you're new to the community, come. You're going to learn more about the people that come here and their inner critics, as well as yourself. It'll be a good time. Also, next week, we're going to have a new member induction, which is a little ceremony we do, just recognizing and celebrating our new members. Members have voting rights. They can vote in boards of trustees. They vote on bylaw changes and even new ministers, which you're not going to have for a long time, if I can help it at all. You know, I'm hearing the songs, Blue Skies, I Can See Clearly Now, Listen to the Sunrise, It's a New Day. And it's an interesting experience to know that that can be an experience and also see everything that's going on in the world. Both things can be true. I know many of us are aware of the bombing that happened, that U.S. bombed the Iranian nuclear sites. And out of that comes just this generalized anxiety and uncertainty about the world right now. And what we do in Centers for Spiritual Living and Science of Mind to work through the anxiety and the fear to keep us in step with the high vibration we want to see manifest in the world is we do something called treat and move our feet. And treat stands for treatment, spiritual mind treatment, or prayer, basically. And then the move your feet part is to go out and represent yourself. So treatment, and studies have shown meditation and prayer can actually reduce violence. They've taken meditators and prayers into communities, had them do it for a whole week, and then measured the amounts of 911 calls, violence, and it's dropped in every community. So know that your morning prayer or your night prayer for peace on the planet, that's powerful. Don't think because you're not out there with a megaphone that isn't generative in our collective experience, yes? Second is move your feet. And there's a lot of ways to move your feet. Maybe it's to check in on family and neighbors, or to write letters to people in positions of power, represent your truth and your values. Or maybe it's to plant a garden, help feed people. Maybe it's to open doors for strangers. See, we need to lean into a world that feels like it's tearing apart so we can keep it together. That's what's ours to do right now. And it makes a difference. So did you know you're on the spectrum? We're all on the spectrum. Did you know that? We're on the divine spectrum. In fact, all of creation is. Because no two things are alike. No two tigers have the same stripes. No two leaves have the same patterns. Even twins, they've noticed, have subtle differences in their brain structure and their appearance. See, you are a divine original, not by accident, by design. The way you smile, the way you laugh, the way you move through the world. And that design, that difference that we have between us, that helps us fit together. So what one person's strength becomes something that fills in some other person's weakness, seeming weakness. But by design, then we're dependent on each other. And if we're dependent on each other, we kind of care more about each other, yes? Yeah, that's all design. You know, someone whose perceived difference seemed like a deficit that ended up being a great gift to the world? Temple Grandin. Who's heard of Temple Grandin? Yeah, she's amazing. She's on YouTube, by the way. So she was born in 1947, and she didn't speak until she was 4 years old. She was diagnosed with autism. And you know, in the 1940s, 1950s, there was a lot of ignorance around this condition. It was often met with institutionalization. Can't say that word this morning. Institutionalization. Doctors told Temple's mother that Temple would never live independently and was advised to send Temple away to an institution. But she refused. Temple's mother refused because she believed that intelligence was trapped inside the silence. And so she didn't send her away. And growing up, Temple was very sensitive to noise, to touch, to changes in routine. She struggled in social settings. She was bullied. She was called a weirdo, mocked for the way she spoke and how she would avoid eye contact. But Temple had an astonishing gift. She could see in pictures. While most people thought in words, Temple processed the world visually. She says, she described it, she said she does thinking in Google Images. And as a young woman, Temple was fascinated by animals, especially cows. She realized cows were deeply sensitive to their environment, just like her. And while she was working at livestock facilities, Temple noticed the way the animals, the way they were handled, was often disorienting to them and induced a lot of fear in the animals. And see, she knew because of her autism exactly what was panicking them, what made them freeze, and what made them feel unsafe. So she started redesigning cattle chutes using her visual mind, looking through the eyes of the animal as if she were a cow, right? And understanding those impacts. And so she built structures that minimized stress and pain and honored the animal's natural instincts. At first, ranchers laughed her out of meetings, right? Who was she, this woman, this autistic woman, going to tell us how to run our farms? Can you imagine that meeting? I'm sure it wasn't very graceful. But she got someone to listen because her design started saving the ranchers money, reducing injury, improving the product, sorry vegetarians and vegans in the room, and reducing animal suffering. Today, over half the cattle in North America are handled by systems designed by Temple. She is now Dr. Temple Grandin at Colorado State University. And get this, she was named Times Magazine one of the most top 100 most influential people in the world. What if Mom didn't believe that there was intelligence inside the silence? And here's the thing, you and I, sometimes we keep quiet about our differences. We don't want to be the different one in the room. That's not always a party, is it? But by being quiet, we can't shine that unique brilliance that the world may need, that a friend may need, that this community may need. See? So we got to find the courage, like Temple found the courage to walk into those livestock meetings with people who are looking at her like, why are you here, right? That's what changes things, and that's why you're here, and that's why you're different. And so we're going to talk about the unique divine pattern that is you, and that is not by chance or mistake, but by design. And we're going to look at this divine spectrum through the three aspects of the grand organizing designer, or good on demand, however you want to use your higher power word, spirit, divine, the thing itself, and how it pictures even within the three main aspects of this presence, which are power, intelligence, and love. See, every major tradition has noticed there's a triune aspect to spirit. It kind of has these three parts. In Christianity, they call it the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Right? The Holy Ghost is power, the Father's intelligence, the Son is love. In Hinduism, they have the Trimurti, Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. Brahma's intelligence, creator. Shiva is the power that moves everything around. And Vishnu is love, the new creation coming together. And in science of mind, we say spirit, soul, and body. Spirit, conscious mind, intelligence. Soul, the power, the unconscious mind that makes everything happen, the power that brings everything into manifestation, and then the body, the creation, the love. See, the divine is always out picturing. There are no two pictures the same, and we are each equipped perfectly for our divine journey. Now, I know sometimes the journey doesn't feel so divine, does it? Yeah, it can feel kind of bumpy. But the journey is not a journey without obstacles, without an adventure, without new vistas to see. So I'll remember that the next time I run into a bump. Just on the journey, new vista coming. And so the divine spectrum, God is intelligence. And in that intelligence, there's a spectrum of how intelligence shows up. And God is power. There's all kinds of levels of power, not just force. Subtle energy, and we're going to break that down. And God is love, and there's more than one kinds of love. See, there's a spectrum within a spectrum so that God, Spirit, the divine, can always meet us where we're at. That's why we have so much diversity. See, you are not outside of spirit. You are not outside of the grand organizing designer. You are an instrument through which God plays its symphony. Spirit plays its song. Universe, one verse, one song. That's you. And you're each an original. Each an original. So divine intelligence is right here. It's embedded in your nature. Ernest Holmes says, the intelligence of the universe is constant and ever present in nature. It governs the growth of a blade of grass with the same certainty that it governs the movement of the planets. That kind of intelligence. You know who's really smart and never went to class? The pufferfish. We have a little slide here. This guy right here. This is the pufferfish. And the pufferfish, to get a date, has to create that. And the pufferfish never took geometry, right? Never went to art class. And they create this pattern to attract a mate. Now, that's much harder than social media. It is. Trust me. We're lucky we don't have to blow sand with our mouth to get a date in a certain pattern. And here's the thing. There's all kinds of intelligences. There is verbal linguistic, right? Some of us are really good with our words, whether it's spoken or written. Some of us have really great spatial visual skills. We can perceive and manipulate and understand spatial relationships. Rev K, if you ever see her pack a suitcase, you'll see that. She can pack a suitcase like unbelievable. It's heavy, but it has everything in there. Like everything is in there. Also, there's logistical mathematical. So this is the thinking, logical, problem-solving, math, reasoning. This is what the Western society says intelligence. It's narrowed it down to that. And then we take a measuring stick and go, how good am I at math? How good am I at problem solving? And yet there's all these other ones. Body kinesthetic, moving our body, physical processing of information. That's seamless with the one mind. You know, back in the 50s, the parents took their daughter to a psychologist. They were worried because she was falling behind in school. So they thought maybe she's having mental, emotional problems. And he noticed when they walked in, he had some music playing and she was kind of moving her body. And he said to the parents, we're going to step out. And he turned up the music. They peeked through the window and she started floating across the floor. And he turned to the parents and said, you have a dancer. You have an artist. Put her in an art school. They put her in an art school and she became one of the world's most well-known ballerinas and dance teachers, traveling all around the world. See, different types of intelligences. Interpersonal. Some of us are really good at connecting with people and tuning into people's feelings and thoughts and emotions. That's interpersonal. There's intrapersonal. Some of us are good at knowing what we're feeling, what we're seeing, how things are expressing through us. You know, the extrovert and the introvert, that's what we call that, right? And then there's also musical intelligence, like Billy. Don't we love his musical intelligence? Can you feel that? I don't know if you're good at math. Are you good at math, Billy? Kinda? No, not at all? Oh, okay, well, you're blowing my whole shtick right now. But if he said, I sucked at math, but I love music, right? I don't know, but you see, why would he compare himself? As existential intelligence, reflecting on philosophical questions about the universe, you know, just marinating in the question. Some people are really good at that, and stuff starts to come to them from the one mind, because that's where it's all coming from. But it's so tempting to judge ourselves against somebody else's abilities. You know, if we judged how capable a fish was by how well it climbed a tree, it would fail. But don't we do that to ourselves sometimes? We do. So the second aspect of this divine spectrum we're going to talk about is in power, or what we call the creative law. That creative law that makes everything from the unseen come into the seen. It requires power, not as force, but as a frequency that matches and knows how to bring about all matter of resources for this new creation. This is what we call we see the divine's activity in nature, right? It's the bird just builds the nest. It didn't take bird building nest 101. And it finds the power to flap its wings. It didn't have to go find the power somewhere else. It's just in us. And we say that your thoughts plus your feelings equal your manifestation. Your intelligence plus the power of your emotions creates the thing. That's what comes out. It's not magic. It's spiritual law. It takes form. You know who used their inner power and thoughts together was Mara. She was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition, and the doctors gave her, you know, the prediction. Chronic fatigue and immobility for the rest of your life. And for a while, she believed it. But something awakened in her. She was praying one day and she heard, very powerful, she heard, you are not the disease. You are the consciousness in which it arose. In other words, that same power that created autoimmune can also create health, well-being, prosperity. And so she stopped speaking about herself as sick. She took off that identity and she started blessing her body. She started thanking her immune system. She started visualizing health and releasing the fear. And within 1 year, her symptoms dramatically reversed. She wasn't fighting her body anymore. She was partnering with the divine power within it to reshape it. And we all have that ability. And this is how the law works. It doesn't judge. It didn't say, Mara, you don't deserve to not have autoimmune, right? There's no judgment, just action, a shift. And there's different ways to access your power. It isn't just the force to move the mountain. Sometimes it's the flexibility to flow around it. One of the most powerful forces on the planet's water. Water, little drippy water, creates canyons, carves out gorges, sources the whole planet, grows trees. Another power you have is gratitude power. When we're grateful, we expand our capacity to experience more good. That's powerful. Forgiveness power. When we exercise our forgiveness power, we release the pain of the past to embrace and fuel a new story. These are all the powers that you have. We don't talk about it enough, do we? Prayer power, implanting in the unseen. And if you want to join with more prayer power, fill out one of those purple cards for anything. Maybe you have a good that you ever get something so good you're afraid it's like, this is too good to be true, and it's going to dissolve. Let us join in the one mind with you to know it's not only going to stay, it's going to keep growing. So you don't sabotage yourself. See, we're here to support that prayer power with you. And the last one is love. Love. The most essential aspect is love. And love is not a sentiment, it is spiritual gravity, holding everything together. It fuses together, all of us, heart to heart. Turn to somebody and say, you're spiritual gravity. You're spiritual gravity. You're spiritual gravity. Did you know you're spiritual gravity? I like your spiritual gravity. We can say all kinds of, we can say all kinds of good things, couldn't we? New pickup line, I like your spiritual gravity. I don't know. It could be. And here's the thing. Love is what fuses intelligence and power into compassionate creation. You know, the Greeks, they have 8 words for love. When you value something, you give more words for it. You know, the Eskimos have 50 words for snow. They got to know what kind of snow it is, whether it's a hunting day or stay inside. You know, the Greeks, they have agape love, just that love that's in the air. You ever walk through nature and you just feel this essence of love? Or maybe you meet somebody for the first time and you never met them, but you're like, I love you, and I don't know why. It's agape love. And then there's philo love, that love of friendship. That connection that you feel, that you want they're good, you want, to journey with them and support them. And then there's eros love. We all know that, romantic love, right? And many, many more. See, without love, intelligence is cold and power is dangerous. Pierre de Chardin, I always have a hard time saying his name. He's a priest and a mystic. He said, the day will come when the mastering of the winds, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness then the energies of love. And then when we do harness the energies of love for the second time in world history, we will have discovered fire. Fire. The fire to alchemize any situation, to heal any pain, and to deliver us from any darkness. Love is the harmonizing field of the cosmos. It's what pulls us back together when we're broken. It's what reminds us we're not separate from each other. You know, HeartMath has proved this in many of their studies, They have shown how this coherent frequency of the heart is the same frequency that you have, that I have, that you have, that I have, and that it's always harmonizing together. Our hearts are singing together right now. We can feel the oneness if we just get still enough. And how we harmonize influences everybody else. You ever get in the atmosphere of somebody who is in disharmony? They don't even need to say anything, do they? We can feel it. That's how we're built. And science has finally caught up with what the mystics have always known, that love is not an emotion. It is a field. It is a frequency. It is a law. And it's living and breathing us right now. So this divine spectrum, I hope you remember that there are many kinds of intelligences. Embrace and honor yours, and honor the ones that are different from you. Remember that you're not less than because, you don't balance your checkbook like everybody else. And that power is a subtle force, and it has many forms, and it's there to meet you in every situation of life to help propel you to whatever you need to go through or to or become. The power's in you right now. And that love is always knocking on your door, your window, your roof, trying to get through. And sometimes it's getting through as a pet, as a friend, as the kindness of a stranger, in the song of birds or the sun on your face. See, God's Spirit is all around you. Bless you. It's all around you. You are literally swimming in the goodness of Spirit right now. And it's my deepest prayer that you see it, that you embrace it, and that you give it back to the world as only you can do in new, creative, and healing ways, because we need it now. We need it now more than ever. Blessed be. Blessed be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if you will, if you're able, please stand, and I will say our affirmation once, and then we will say it together. I honor the divine in all its forms, including all the ways it is expressed in my mind, body, and spirit, for I am a divine creation, and so is everyone else. Together. I honor the divine in all its forms, including all the ways it is expressed in my mind, body, and spirit, for I am a divine creation, and so is everyone else. And so it is. Blessed be. If you will, please take your gift in your hand. You can have a seat. If you're doing a card or cash or whatever, however you're doing it, you can also text to donate, and we really appreciate your generous gifts. And we will recite our intentional giving statement together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Take it away, Billy.
Just want to say, Reverend Mitch, you're awesome, and I really feel like this service this Sunday has been very magical, and I just want to appreciate Reverend Lonnie, who's been here for years, and we go way back, me and Reverend Lonnie. Anyway, I just want to play a little song called Image. I wrote this when I was 23 years old in Sydney, Australia, and I was kind of like at that age trying to figure out who am I, and so I wrote a song about, it's kind of like I was feeling like I couldn't be myself, but I wanted to be myself, and so I wrote this song. It goes like this. Everybody says I need an image. Play the role and you'll be on your way. But can I just be myself? I'm just no good as someone else. I know I'd never make it that way. I've been running around in great big circles, always going up just to come down. Guess I just keep hanging on, singing all my old love songs. Surely someday I'll find a way. Hey, na 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 na. Well, everybody's got advice, yeah, what to do and what is right. They'll take my reality, ears to hear, then eyes to see, then run me like a puppet on a string. But Lord, I wish they'd let me be, get off my back, get me free. I'd rather do or die on my own. Let me take you walking by a river, breezing through a sunny afternoon. And we can do as we like, stay until the stars are bright, sleep beneath a blanket of the moon. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's got advice, what to do and what is right. They'll take my reality, ears to hear and eyes to see, and run me like a puppet on a string. Lord, I wish they'd let me be, get off my back and let me free. I'd rather do or die on my own. Everybody says I need an image. Play the role and you'll be on your way. But can I just be myself? I'm just no good as someone else. I know I'd never make it that way.
Beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful. So it's with a deep and grateful heart that I receive these gifts and the love and intention with which they have been given, knowing that they continue to support this center and radiate out from this center with love, with peace, with unity, with intelligence, with power, to the community, to the state, to the nation, and to the world. This vibration, this energy of money is infused with our hearts and all the good intentions for a world that works for all. I release this word, and together we say, and so it is. Blessed be. So I want to thank our ushers, Jessica, Rose, and Pat. Let's give them a hand. Our candle lighter, Nan. Announcements, Marilyn Gale. On tech, we have Jose and Anna. Give it up for them. On our soundboard, Maya. Our practitioner of the day and our host, Minister Emeritus, Rev Lanny. Also want to thank Jerry Lynn for doing Children's Church. Real loud. Thank you, Jerry Lynn. And, of course, our musician with the mostest, Billy Bensing. Thank you so. Did I give everyone? I want to make sure I got it. Okay, sometimes I skip something in my brain. It's that fast mind. So what are you taking away from our experience together today? Gratitude. Inspiration. Clarity. Beautiful. peace, love, hope. We need some hope right now. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, now I'm going to invite you to help me welcome in the children. So we're going to play a little song. And if you want, clap, stand up, welcome them, whatever feels good. We're going to welcome our kids in. I'm glad you came. Yay. Right here. Come next to me. All right. Okay. Awesome. Look at this. We got pictures. Jerry-Lynn, what do we do today in Children's Church?
Do we have your pictures?
Here we go.
You want to show?
Show up. Yes. Nice.
We looked at the diversity in all people,
Beautiful.
in different languages and skin colors and choices of shoes, boots, sandals, all
Wow.
kinds of different things.
Wow.
And Avanzi has our affirmation for the day, which we have a lot
Wonderful.
to choose from.
God is diversity.
God is diversity. Give it up for Aranzi. Okay. If you will, repeat, say our phrase together. We see you. We're glad you're here, and we're here for you. Thank you. Good job, everyone. All right, so now we will do our benediction. If you will please stand and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called divine intelligence. It's this thing called divine power. It is this thing called divine love. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. Stay standing and we will sing our final song.
Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. 'Cause I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. 'Cause I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. 'Cause I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. 'Cause I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. 'Cause I'm only here for God.
Woo! Please stay, have coffee, tea, cookies. So glad you came today. Have a beautiful